for your materials, you're gonna need a canvas. Any size is fine. You can go as big or as small as you want. You're gonna need some pouring medium. I use the Liquitex brand, but any brand is fine. You're gonna need some rubbing alcohol, some silicone oil. This is gonna be to make cells in the acrylic paint. Acrylic paint, any kind is fine. Popsicle sticks, cups, different sizes better. A paint spatula, and then a bigger cup so you can put all of your paints in it. You're also going to need your pouring paints ready to go. So to make pouring paint, you're going to need your pouring medium. I do a formula of 1:1, so you're going to measure out 1 part pouring medium and pour it in your cup, and then you're going to measure your acrylic paint. Make sure it's the same amount as your pouring medium, and you're just going to mix it with your popsicle stick at first.
A few moments later.
After you're done mixing them, you're going to add a little bit of water. Depending on how thick your paint is, you're going to add the water, so just measure as you go.
One eternity later.
Then you're gonna add a little bit of rubbing alcohol to make sure your paint doesn't get any bubbles in it. And you want it to be the consistency of warm honey. So not too thick, but not too thin. When you start pouring your paints in your bigger cup, you're gonna start off with the white. White is the heaviest, so it's immediately gonna sink in the bottom. And then you're just gonna begin mixing paints as you go. Any order is fine, it doesn't have to be a specific order. Just make sure that when you pour a color, you put white in between so the paints don't mix. And then you're just gonna keep going. So once you have your cup ready with paint, you're just gonna let it sit for a little bit. You're gonna grab your canvas and you're gonna put it on top of your cup. You're gonna apply pressure from the bottom before you flip it, and then you're just gonna flip it. You wanna make sure your canvas is primed with white paint to make sure that the paint flows nicely. So once you make sure your canvas is fully covered with white paint, you're just gonna lift your cup and see your results. You wanna let the paint set a little bit before you start moving it, and then you're gonna start moving it and make sure you cover your whole canvas. You can always add more paint as you go to your canvas. Just be careful not to add too much paint because when it dries, it's gonna crack. You wanna make sure you cover the sides of your canvas with your paint spatula. After you're happy with how your painting is looking, you're just gonna let it sit and dry overnight. Sometimes it might take 2 days until it's completely dry.
The very next evening.
And there you have it, your own acrylic abstract painting.